that caused chaos in the region all the way till Tanzania and so on. We have those constituencies. We have this increasingly urban constituency, which Ruto had tapped into a little bit through his hustler. His hustler was not really the farmer. His hustler was the urban youth that we actually need to think about here. We have the middle class, basically that working class, whose pay slip has been raided big time, and is asking what is in this for us. And as you had put it, we have the future. 2027 is not our future. I think our future goes beyond that. 2032. What happens to Kenya long term, and sort of. And there are a number of other really critical issues you can talk to. And I think that's partly why so far the opposition has not really been having that traction. No. Because they're not dealing with these issues. In fact, some of them were part of the problem that caused pains to some of these constituencies we're talking about. And ODM is also not talking to that. Of course, the current government, the UDA government, is the one that bore the brunt and one that caused quite a lot of these problems. Yeah. So I think this leadership that we're talking about must sort of take a step back. In fact, for me, it's post-Raila leadership. A lot of these issues are actually post-Raila issues. Yes. They're not issues that were central in Raila's time. No. Digital activism was coming towards the end of Raila. The youth movement was coming towards the end of Raila, and so on. In fact, Ruto himself, with his hustler bit, looking at the urban youths and so on, was almost, pushing the boundaries beyond Raila. So Kenya is ripe for new visionary leadership, and it is not the Kalonzo Rigathi bit, and I think that's probably why people are starting to listen a little bit to this Sifuna group. So they do have an opportunity. They do have an opportunity to go beyond ODM, to go beyond Raila, to pick some of these issues, and it will work for them actually, because as it is, some of these issues and some of these constituencies are also their constituencies. Is the Nairobi youth we are talking about, who are the voters of Sifuna, who are the voters of Akina Babu and so on. So Kenya is actually ripe for a very fresh type of leadership, right? That goes beyond and I'm not talking about in terms of performance and even institutional building. I'm just talking about basic political issues. Even on the basic political issues that we need to be engaging on the table, we need a leadership that goes beyond Raila and goes beyond.
But that's where the problem. That's where we have a problem as intellectuals, you and me,
right?
Because we are not helping this community to think, right? Because we had this debate, exactly the same debate in 2002, and before that time, when we were talking about it's the time for the youth.
Yes,
and that's how